Hey everyone, Xavier here with Restora Funding, and welcome to another mini course. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that often flies under the radar, but really holds immense potential when it comes to supercharging your business credit journey, and that's going to be turning the banks into your business partners, banking relationships. And to start, we just want to cover some of the different kinds of banking relationships and what this might look like for you. So, one of the first ones and the obvious ones is actually going to be existing personal or business credit cards. Okay. Now, when you are applying at a bank, especially for business credit, having personal or existing business credit cards is really going to help your chances and give you an edge versus if you were just cold applying and weren't a current customer. And the reason is because banks love lending to current customers of theirs, and they love retaining your business, right? So if you've been making minimum monthly on-time payments to like a personal credit card at Bank of America, just for example, they see that you've been making these on-time payments. Obviously, they're going to pull your credit report, but the banks have what we call long-term banking memory, which basically means that in their internal system, they know you as a customer. They see that you've been making payments. They see if you've been missing payments. All of these things matter. And even if it's a business product, like a business credit card or a business line of credit, which doesn't show on your credit report, if you're going within that bank for more business credit, they still see that, right? So Chase Bank isn't going to see that you have a business product with Bank of America because it's a business product. It's not on your credit report. But if you have a business product with Chase, they still have that long-term banking memory. And they know internally that you've been making those minimum monthly on-time payments. So as long as you've been treating that bank responsibly, it's really going to help your chances. Okay, and having personal or business credit with a bank helps you get more business credit with a bank. So credit for credit is the way to look at this, right? We always recommend having a multitude of personal credit cards. And if you have 0% interest business credit cards with a bank, great. Most banks offer more 0% interest business credit cards, several even, right? So definitely start going for those other lending products that are available to you if you have a current banking relationship. And some of our favorite banks to have existing personal or business credit cards at, by the way, are going to be Chase and American Express. I mean, we can get into the rewards points all day, right? They have amazing travel benefits on the personal and the business side, but also having a personal relationship with either of these banks will really help you with the business relationship as well. Other forms of lending products could be personal loans, auto loans, mortgages, equipment loans, HELOCs. It really doesn't matter what it is, to be honest with you. As long as you are borrowing money from the bank and consistently paying it off as agreed upon, you're starting to build that bank relationship. And that's what really matters. So start with the banks that you have current relationships with and start applying there. Another thing that people often overlook is going to be previous lending products. Okay, so we might be having a client who wants 0% interest business credit, and we see that they had a auto loan from Wells Fargo from 2017. So even though it's about 6 years old and it was closed out back in 2017, if all of the payments were made on time, we know that Wells Fargo sees that in their system still and once had this person as a customer. They know that this person has paid off their auto loan, even if it was from 6 years ago, responsibly. And while that might not be as impactful as having a current auto loan, it actually does say a lot about this customer to the bank, and they still have that long-term banking memory. So things like that are still going to help. So if you've successfully managed and repaid previous credit cards or loans, personal or business, this is almost like a feather in your financial cap. And you can look at this like your financial track record is a roadmap. And the smoother the journey has been that the banks can see, the better the chances are of reaching your business credit destination. Okay, so very simple stuff here, right? Just borrow money, pay it back. As we said before, credit is about building long-term relationships with the lenders and making consistent and responsible on-time payments over a period of time. And the longer the better. Well, building bank relationships is quite literally no different. Another way to form a bank relationship that is a little bit different, it's not quite borrowing money, but it's rather putting money in, is going to be personal or savings accounts. And this could be on the personal or the business side. I'm sorry, checking or savings accounts on the personal or business side. Now, money is technically finite, right? And we can get into the printing thing all we want, but that's for another day. So the banks need to keep money circulating, and they can't just keep loaning out forever and ever and ever and ever. So they need to make sure that money is coming in as well. And one of the ways they do that is obviously in the form of interest rates, but also by holding your money for you in a checking or a savings account, doesn't matter which it is. This shows the banks that you have money deposited, that you're secured financially, and it allows them to keep circulating the money out. So one way to build a good bank relationship and just get started on the right foot is to actually put money in before asking for money out, right? So if you're going for Bank of America, using the example from earlier, maybe try creating a personal savings account there or a business checking account, right? Whatever it is, just start putting money in, show them that you have money, show them that you mean business. And if it's a business checking account, you mean business quite literally, right? So this is always a good thing to do before applying for business credit. And we recommend having at least a few personal checking accounts and at least a few business checking or savings accounts at different banks, just so that even if not all of your money is there, you're just kind of getting started on the right foot and putting all of your eggs in different baskets. Now, we want to talk next about the journey of banking relationships, right? So how do you analyze your portfolio and get yourself started with maybe existing bank relationships or building new banking relationships? And first, we need to talk about leveraging these existing ones, because this is where you're going to have the highest chance of approval. So review your FICO score, right? Go download My Score IQ. You can get a $1 free trial for 7 days. So not free, $1. But take a look at all of your open lending products. Maybe you had auto loans with TD Bank. Maybe you had a personal credit card from 2010 with Chase. Maybe you have current personal credit cards with Amex. Well, these are the best banks that you want to start with when it comes to getting business credit, right? And you still want to make sure that your credit report and all other details are kind of aligned and you know how to correctly apply and things like that we'll get into. But these are kind of the banks that you want to start targeting, right? The ones that you have current relationships with, whether that be a lending product that you see on your credit report, maybe that's a business lending product that's not on your credit report, or maybe you just have a personal checking or a business checking there. Any of the previous examples that I mentioned, this is where you want to start. And the longer the relationship, the better. That's going to be true in all cases, okay? And banks appreciate loyalty, right? So when you have an existing relationship, this can not only translate into greater approval odds, but this could be more favorable credit terms like lower interest rates, or this can even be higher credit limits, which is very common, right? We want to see higher credit limits when we're applying for business credit. So take a look at your credit report and start there. Building new banking relationships is going to be important as well. So just to throw it out there, some of our favorite banks to start building banking relationships with are going to be Chase, PNC, American Express, and we like Bank of America as well because they're very relationship heavy, relationship oriented, right? So having a banking relationship at some of these banks can greatly increase your odds of getting approved for business credit. And one of the easiest ways to start a banking relationship, walk into the bank, open up a business checking account, and deposit at least $5K. We always recommend at least $5K, and the more the merrier. So if you have $20K, throw it in, right? That's only going to help your relationship with the bank even more and show them that you have money to dispense. Okay, so this is a good thing. And if you don't have at least $5,000, that's totally all right as well. At least go into your local branch, put money in that business checking account, open it up and put however much you can. And if you're along the Eastern Coast states or any state that these banks lend to, Truist, KeyBank, and Santander can also be some good bets for you, right? We love Truist here. KeyBank is classic as well. So definitely start with some of these banks. And finally, we just want to talk about the human touch. So you can create a business checking account or apply for a business credit card or a personal credit card online all you want. At the end of the day, oftentimes what's going to be the factor that determines whether you're approved, because you also have to apply for checking accounts, keep that in mind, is going to be an algorithm. And so we always recommend going into your local branch, go to your local Chase, go into your local Bank of America, and sit down with a banker, make an appointment, and talk to the banker face to face, right? Get to know your local banker. Maybe they're a business banker who actually has direct communication with the underwriters, which we'll get into a little bit later. But no matter who it is, just talk to someone. Tell them about your business needs. Tell them about what you're looking to do, because the banks can be your business partners, and they should be. And the best way to do that is to form a real human connection, and by going there in person and getting to know the people there who can be on your side, right? So proactive communication is always key. And if there are changes in your business, in your financial goals, or any challenges that you're facing in general, communicate. It's that simple. This shows responsibility and a commitment to the bank that you're working with. And they're really going to appreciate that in the long term because these banks have long-term memory, right? Always remember that. So in conclusion, in the world of business credit, your banking relationships are your business partners. Whether it's nurturing your existing relationship, exploring new financial products, or simply having a conversation with your local banker, remember that the power of your banking relationships can propel your business credit journey to new heights. So you want to take this seriously. And as always, if you're interested in having your business credit journey completely done for you, go ahead and fill out the application link up above and go ahead and book a call with us, right? See if it's a good fit. We can actually take a look at some of your banking relationships and we can talk about getting you started there. We average about $150K in 30 days and 0% interest business credit. This is a hands-off experience, so definitely book a call if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, stay tuned and we're going to continue dropping a lot of free value here. Anyway, thanks for coming to today's mini course and hope you have a great day.